to the Fabulous 413. I'm Khalees Smith.
And I'm Monty Belmonte. It's April 13th, stylized in the United States of America as 4.13. Hence, it is 413 Day, a day to celebrate the place encompassed by our area code, the 4 counties of Western Massachusetts.
And today we'll test how much 411 on the 413 we know, and who knows more of it. Hint, it's not me.
It's not me either, so I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know.
But we've got full-on rounds of trivia about the area as a whole and 2 incredible guests who will hyper-focus our expertise on both governance of the Bay State and birds. Yes? Birds.
And folks at home will have a chance to answer along with us and hopefully learn as much as we do on the way.
But we're not doing this alone. We're getting help from select members of our audience so that we have a fighting chance of getting these questions correct.
Maybe. Because this show's recorded live in front of an audience. Say hello, audience.
Well done. The practice applause sounded so NPR, and that was way better. Thank you.
They are all very real people in very real space and very much appreciated on both counts.
So, without further ado, and perhaps with a little extra music transition from our excellent musical guests who we'll get to know a little better later in the show, Matthew Thornton. Let us begin the 411 on 413 trivia, or what I'm calling Whately, Dalton me. You know how Whately's a town and Dalton's a town? And
Are you doing that because Chris's family lives in Dalton and you're just looking for inside points?
Well, I'll do it one way or another.
Okay, fine. In addition to our fantastic contestants who we'll meet shortly, we've got a fantastic quizmaster on hand to ask us all of the things. Chris Bigelow of Cloud9 Productions, who helms and creates the longest running trivia night in Hampshire County. Come on up, Chris. Besides, I feel like I'll get more hints because Chris is one of my best friends.
Is your family really from Dalton?
My mom lives in Dalton now. I'm originally from Adams.
Uh-huh.
Berkshires represent.
And when you say the longest running quizmaster in Western Massachusetts, as far as we know, how far back does that go?
Well, I started one of the first trivias in the area at the World War II Club in Northampton.
All right,
Rest in peace. Mm-hmm. The Deuce, as we called it.
So started that in June of 2006. COVID put a little pause on operations, and I've since resumed at JJ's Tavern in Florence every Thursday, still going.
Excellent. Do you write all these questions?
I write the majority. I do a little plagiarism, but it's mostly original.
That's
what
what
you've
we
got
do.
here, yeah.
No. Well, let's meet our contestants for this round 1 of trivia. We're going to have a round 1 of trivia. We're going to introduce our first special guest. We'll do the second half of round 1 of trivia. We'll do the first half of round 2 of trivia and introduce our second special guest, and then the second half of round 2 of trivia. And then we'll do a lightning round between Khalees and I at the end to see who wins the whole kit and caboodle.
And at specific pauses in between, we'll have music from the beloved Matthew Thornton.
Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's bring up our first 2 contestants, Ken Washburn and Susan Fenton. So here's what's going to happen. You are the quiz contestants, and Khalees and I are going to be your individual lifelines. Hello, Susan Fenton. Susan Fenton, we'll say, was the former board president of New England Public Media.
Yeah,
When was that?
several years ago.
We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
And Ken Washburn, people may know, is a regular guest on our show, is the general manager and level 2 sommelier behind the Leverett Village Co-op, the only store in the town of Leverett. Ken comes on our show to talk about wine very frequently, but also is an expert birder and lost their mind when I told them that one of our guests was going to be here. But intentionally, we put Ken in the not bird-related quiz part.
We
of the
didn't
show
want
today.
anyone to have an unfair advantage.
Chris Bigelow, question 1.
All right, so question number 1. This one has 2 answers worth a point apiece. While we take many place names, especially for water features, from Native American languages, what are the only 2 Western Mass city or town names with origins in Native American languages?
Yep, those are them.
Oh, God. We only got 1.
And feel free to brainstorm out loud.
Okay.
I will not treat it as an answer unless you're affirmative. It's just for you guys.
Oh, it's just us.
Oh,
It's just
well, never
And-
mind.
Oh, and then you're going to,
No, it's just them.
we're going to lose.
Well, we have Agawam.
Agawam.
That is 1 point.
I'm not going to count Indian Orchard. That doesn't seem appropriate or good.
Gross.
Ooh, Ooh, they want to call the village that I live in Peskiumskit, but they don't officially. All right, we defer.
You defer. The other one is...
No, we got it.
Can they steal?
We can make that the rule if you want.
Let's make it the rule.
Maybe.
All right.
It depends on if we're right.
We're allowing steals. All right, let's get the other one then.
Chicopee?
Bingo.
Ah! I thought that's where hummus came from.
Is it 1-1?
It's 1-1.
Okay, good. Now we'll steal theirs.
All right.
You can do that.
So this is actually still going to you. So it's going to be 3 for you guys.
Okay.
They can steal if you miss.
Gotcha.
And then the
Still
steal will be
us.
true in the other direction.
We're ready.
Okay. Hopefully you're into geology. Number 2, Goshen stone, a sought-after local landscaping mica schist. Often,
Whoa. This is radio, friend.
It often contains quartz. That's kind of like the glitter of minerals that ends up in everything. But it's often peppered with other type of crystals. When I say Goshen stone, do you know the shiny?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I love Goshen stone. I thought it was peppered with magic. What do you think?
I think it was peppered with pepper. I was pretty sure.
It's probably not pepper or magic.
Mica? No.
Mica's part of the...
It's for mica.
For mica.
And for mica only.
Granite?
We're going with granite.
I am afraid not. Opportunity for a steal. It is not feldspar.
Not feldspar. What is it?
It is garnets.
Oh.
I do know this. I hope this isn't a future question. But near Goshen, there is a stone that was, I swear to God, this is going to sound like a dirty joke, but it is true. In Cummington, Massachusetts, there was a stone that was found, and they call that stone Coming Tonight. It is true. Ask the lieutenant governor.
I almost asked a question about that, but I was trying to
I'm
be...
so glad you didn't. Or I would have ruined it. Okay, question 3 for us.
All right, this one's multiple choice, so there's
We're ready.
no steals available.
No steals.
Just okay. Down in the southwest corner of Massachusetts, if you look at the borders, you'll notice that the borderlines with New York and Connecticut, the corner is cut off. It didn't used to be. In that area is the village of Boston Corners, formerly part of Massachusetts, but ceded to New York in the 1850s. My question is, why did Massachusetts give up this territory? Your 3 options are...
For Babe Ruth.
It's tragedy. A, it was home to a community called the Kopacki Quaternion Society, whose 4-person marriages were more permissible under New York law than Massachusetts law.
Okay.
B, its inaccessibility to Massachusetts law enforcement turned it into a haven for fugitives, prize fighters, and illegal duels. Or C, it was part of a 3-way territory swap in which Massachusetts gained the Southwick Jog from Connecticut, and Connecticut gained the East Port Chester from New York.
C. I go with C.
I'm going to go with you, Susan Fenton, because really I'm the lifeline, and
Well, I know about the jog in Southwick, so I'm going with C.
I don't jog, so I'm going to go with Susan.
A great answer, but it was a decoy. While it is a real thing, and actually Eastport Chester was also changed hands, it was in fact the law enforcement inaccessibility. There's a prize fight that ended up in a riot that nearly razed the village, which is... The fighter ended in the audience, fighting the audience, and it spilled out.
That sounds more like Fenway than southwestern Massachusetts.
That sounds like something we want to keep in New York.
Yeah, let's keep...
And Massachusetts says we're done.
Okay, Chris Bigelow, Quizmaster, now it's time for Khalees and Ken's team.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we're tied at 1-1. Still opportunities for steals, so anyone can score.
I thought we were losing way worse than that, so that's good.
Yeah, I have no idea how the scoring works.
Number 6. While there are numerous Western Mass cities with grid-like elements to their layout, what is the only Western Mass city intentionally and extensively built on a grid plan?
Does it have to be a city?
Well, it is a city.
Oh, okay.
There's only so many cities in Western Mass because we talked to all their mayors.
Well, aren't you special?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm a country mouse, so I have no idea. Holyoke?
Holyoke?
It is Holyoke.
Hell yeah!
Former state rep with the Holyoke, Aaron Vega, in the house. You were trying to just send them the vibes with the right answer. Were you, Aaron Vega? That's cheating. We strike that one from the record. Sue Fenton did have that one, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was one of the earliest planned industrial cities in the country. Not the first in the state, but yeah, very early. Built alongside the dam and canals. Next question. Multiple choice here, so it's only yours. Which Western Mass county has the most farms and the highest total agricultural sales? So you've got the 4 options. The 4
And
counties.
sales.
Yep, number of farms and total dollar value of sales.
We're going to call CISA for a lifeline with this one. Are you playing along at home? If you're driving, take a pen out of your pocket and write the answer down.
And I will add, I don't think that cannabis sales are included in this based on the data that I looked at.
That makes sense.
That's a clue.
It's
And
USDA. I don't think.
Thank you for saying that when we genuinely weren't considering it.
We're gonna say Berkshire.
I'm afraid that is incorrect.
Is it Franklin?
It is Franklin.
That was our second choice.
Love Franklin. Love Franklin County.
That's my county too.
My county, too. Ken and I live in the same town.
Sales
Which is
for-
also on a grid structure, by the way. Avenue A, Avenue B, all that stuff.
That's why I said
But not the whole city, just
Not
Brooklyn.
a city, not a city.
All right, so last one in this segment. This is your 2-point option. We're doing ski areas for a point apiece. So entirely, what Western Mass ski area shares its name with a vegetable, and which shares its name with an animated insect?
I have the second one. I have the first. Oh, let's go.
Okay. Butternut.
Yes.
Jiminy Peak.
Ooh, yeah.
Well done. We won't tell you where Smuggler's Notch gets its name from, but I know if I was a smuggler,
It's from that part we
which
seeded
notch that I would
to New
use.
York.
Well, our first two contestants, Susan and Ken, are going to join us again in just a little bit. Let's give them a round of applause for this first half
Well
of round one.
done.
Guest has just arrived from a whirlwind tour of Western Mass. Kimberly Driscoll is the 73rd Lieutenant Governor for Massachusetts, making her one half of the Commonwealth's first entirely non-cis male executive team.
In her previous role and 17-year tenure as mayor of Salem, she turned deficits into record surpluses and saved taxpayers money by strengthening city services, revitalizing Salem's downtown, leading a vast improvement of Salem's K-12 schools, reforming city pensions and health insurance programs to protect employee benefits, bidding public contracts, and bringing transparency to City Hall. She became Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth in January of 2023 and is running for that office again this November. This is her second appearance at as many 413 Day celebrations.
Please welcome to our 413 Day celebration the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Kim Driscoll.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Let's have a seat and pretend we're on the Colbert Show that's about to end.
Oh.
It's sad, but here we are. We are actually, for those listening at home, we are in Studio A, the home of WGBY Television, a floor below where we usually are for the fabulous 413. And the stage has been set with our cellist and our quizmaster and these beautiful chairs and a table with our Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Where else would I be on 413 Day?
Yeah, if you come a third
Hello.
time, then you have to come every time.
Yeah.
I don't hate that plan at all.
Okay, fine.
3 times becomes a tradition. We were wondering whether there was going to be a proclamation this year as there was last year. And I brought last year's proclamation just in case you didn't have one. But you have one.
Oh, see, now we have to have a proclamation every year also.
It comes in a beautiful black folder embossed with the seal of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
I think I'm just going to use last year's next year because I want to try and recycle. That's
I think it's
important,
good. It's
right?
almost
Yeah.
Earth Day.
Yeah.
413 Day is near Earth Day.
That is totally okay.
Do you want to read the proclamation?
No, it's very long, but I think I can sum it up really well.
Okay.
Which talks about the importance of Western Mass. And when you have 413 on the calendar and 413 being the area code, it's a great opportunity to highlight all of both the economic opportunity, the amazing quality of life, and the opportunity for us to be here and showcase some of the work we're doing together. So that's essentially what this proclamation says. Happy 413 Day. Woo! It's signed by Governor Maura Healey and myself, Kim Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor, and it means that we really like this place.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You didn't have to hear the 15 times it says whereas in
Lots
it
of
as well.
whereases,
Lots
lots
of
of
whereas in
whereases.
the government. I don't know why that is. So your 413 Day has been dealing with a lot of actual big issues. And housing is something we talk about on the show a lot. And you have been part of a Housing and Livable Communities Housing Choice Designation announcement. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's all about?
Yeah, we really want to make sure we're delivering for communities and regions and with the level of specificity that they deserve. We've had special grants available for our rural and small communities, and today we announced a number of investments we're making to try and grow housing in more rural communities and opportunities to designate special areas with additional resources. So that's what we did earlier today.
Is it a bigger challenge to do housing in Western Mass than it is in the eastern part of the state? Because we have so much space but do we have the people that are willing to make the investment in the space because it's not as close to the major metropolis of Boston?
And is it easily developable space? Because like we have APRs, we have conservation land, we have other things that might impede some of that growth.
Housing is more challenging to build everywhere right now. It doesn't always pencil out the cost of building housing, whether we're in the eastern part of the state or the western part of the state. Sometimes there's not as much access to utilities like water and sewer and the things that you need to grow. But we know we need the housing everywhere. It doesn't matter what community you're in, the governor and I are in. The number one issue on people's mind is more housing and driving down the cost of housing. It's not affordable enough, and it's really hurting young adults who want to stay in Massachusetts, who are key to our economy. And unfortunately, if you can't buy a home, put down roots, it becomes really impossible to also have the talent we need to drive a strong economy. So it can become self-fulfilling prophecy. Here in Western Mass, there's amazing opportunities. We just need to make sure we're working in partnership together. The land is more available. There certainly is demand. How do we drive down the cost so we can address affordability? That's our key goal, and we know there's a role for it in the 413.
That said, some of those vistas are part of the local tourism aspect, which brings in a lot of folks, and is something else that you've been doing today, 2 stops, in order to see some of the really beautiful things that we have to do, including fly fishing.
Fly fishing, lots of opportunities for ecotourism, and people are looking for experiences, and we know that we see a lot of Yankees caps in the Berkshires. We want to get more Red Sox caps out here. We think there's an opportunity for folks in the 617 to come out to the 413. The opportunity for us to really grow ecotourism. The creative economy is here and strong. If you haven't been to Mass Mocha, I'm sure many folks in this room have, in North Adams. I mean, the list goes on. Today, we were doing some fly fishing. We were outside, and we know there were already 100,000 plus jobs in Massachusetts tied toward ecotourism and experiences, and we just want to continue to invest in that. It's a great way to spend time with your family, get off your cell phone, and understand what you can take in, and then you're going to go out to eat somewhere or see a show or do something else, and it can drive a strong economy locally as well.
And then you're going to go home.
Yeah, well, one of our first critiques was, if you call the show the Fabulous 413, everybody's going to leave from Boston and come out to Western Mass and take over, and there'll be traffic all over. And I said, I promise you, if you can correlate that to the show, we'll change the name. But I think that might be, it wouldn't be a good problem to have, but it could be, there could be worse problems. But one of the things that you brought up is workforce and workforce development and jobs that come along with tourism and ecotourism. That's another thing that you've been doing on your tour of Western Massachusetts today, labor and workforce development, especially with the Youth Empowerment Grant Roundtable. What is the Youth Empowerment Grant?
Yeah, young adults need jobs in the summer when they're more available, and sometimes it's hard with that skill set to actually get a job for such a short period of time. So this program is designed to help youth sort of learn and earn at the same time. We work with larger communities like Springfield and Holyoke. We've got local officials who are really hitting it hard with their business communities to say, let's work together to employ some youth, teach them some skills, whether it's interpersonal skills or actual job training. It can dovetail with what we're already teaching or learning within a high school career tech field, and then enabling them to earn a little bit of pocket cash during the summer while they're here. And nobody's been doing it better than right now Springfield and Holyoke, leaning in to make sure as many young adults as possible have a job this summer. And that's what we announced earlier today, some funding to help support those efforts.
You are the former mayor of the great city of Salem, which I was lucky enough to spend a lot of time in. Who's your favorite mayor in Western Mass?
So easy question, right? Easy question.
You don't really have to answer that. I was just trying to cue you up to say Salem Derby, who's the mayor of East Hampton, who believes himself, I think, to be your favorite mayor because of the name.
Salem Derby does have a connection to Salem, Massachusetts. Elias Haskett Derby was the first millionaire in America, hailed from Salem, Massachusetts, made his fortune during the great age of sail and brought back lots of incredible wares, and he is connected to that. And he's our newest mayor, I think, in Western Mass, having taken over in East Hampton, and I think we have a lot of returnees. Look, mayor is the hardest job in America. There's no hiding. You got to make decisions every day. It's the most important work we do. Who's educating your kids? Who's keeping your neighborhood safe? Who's investing in those places we make memories? So any person who has the title mayor after their name is my favorite person in Western Massachusetts.
Well, the former mayor of Salem, Massachusetts, your current lieutenant governor who's running for another term in November. We're going to have you back on, as well as some of your competitors, to talk about this next election, this next cycle, and potentially your next term. But thank you so much for the support that you've shown this county, this area, and this show on 413 Day.
No place else I'd rather be. You guys do a great job. And you keep it fun.
We try.
I mean, we keep it fun. We love it.
Well, speaking of fun, let's bring the fun back. Let's bring our first 2 contestants back, Ken and Susan. And the lieutenant governor is going to be a lifeline as well for both of you.
Now you're really in trouble.
Let's welcome back our two contestants and Chris Bigelow, our quiz master. Give them a round of applause. You can both go to the lieutenant governor first, and then if you need
They
either
will
of
be
us,
more reliable.
yeah.
I will say Team Khalees is currently out to a nice early lead, 4-1. So,
Man, we're getting
This
smoked,
means
Susan Fenton.
nothing.
No kidding.
all right,
We gotta
strap
look it
in.
up again. Not
Okay, let's up our game.
So I did more Massachusetts-wide questions.
This is great. We got the lieutenant governor here.
Thank you.
Question to you guys first. What holiday is celebrated due to an event that occurred in Massachusetts roughly 250 years and 4 weeks ago?
I know this one. Do you know this one?
Well, I have a guess, but you go.
Let's palaver with the lieutenant governor. What do we think it is?
250 years ago
4 weeks.
and 4 weeks ago.
It's got to be evacuation.
I mean, it could be evacuation day.
Evacuation day.
Is it St. Patrick's Day? No, I'm just kidding. It's evacuation day, but also St. Patrick's Day. It's the greatest excuse for Bostonians to drink of all time.
Absolutely correct on both counts.
As we like to say, there is no 4th of July without an evacuation day.
That's true.
This is true.
Yes.
Push those British right out of here. All right.
Okay, Lieutenant Governor Sue Fenton, Monty Belmonte team, ready to go.
All right.
Catching up.
Well,
Coming
here's
back.
one you're going to have to chew on a little bit more, I think. What is the most common first letter in the names of Massachusetts cities and towns, accounting for 45 out of the 351? That's about 1 in 8.
Can we buy a vowel?
I would not.
Should we buy a vowel?
I would advise against buying a vowel.
Okay, good. We've just eliminated a big chunk of the alphabet.
Yeah, right. So it's absolutely not a vowel.
Right. Could be a W community.
It's a W, like
Lots of W's.
West Springfield,
Worcester.
Although S is like Salem.
I know. There's a lot of S's too.
What do you want to go with, Sue? It's your team.
It's all no pressure. W or S?
I'm
What's
gonna
your
go with
favorite
W. I'm
letter?
going with W.
We're going with W, Chris Bigelow, Quizmaster.
W is the most common.
Oh, yeah! We're coming back, baby. All right, we tied it up, right?
Not quite.
Oh, come on.
But for your
Funny
edification, S was number 2 with 35.
All right,
so
good. We were right on top of it.
Get partial credit.
Yeah, partial credit.
deeply on the right track.
Okay, now it's Team Khalees and Ken Washburn, yeah? Mm-hmm. Now you have to switch teams.
Oh, no.
Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, you got to go help them. I know we're
Hi.
your favorite team, but
Historical politics.
Oh, God.
Yeah, here we go. What founding
Counting on you.
father was the first governor of Massachusetts, 1780 to 1785, and also its third, 1787 until his death in 1793?
have the lieutenant governor there, Ken.
You're
don't need
not
to be
originally
worried
from here. I am, and this is really embarrassing.
You think it's him? I don't think so. No. Yeah, he would be our favorite. I know who the first mayor of Salem was, if that's helpful.
It was Salem.
Everett
Salem
Saltonstall.
It's not.
Could be Sam Adams. He was the fourth governor.
He makes beer.
He was the fourth.
Is it John Leverett?
Are we final answering?
Whoa, I don't like this pressure.
Oh,
I mean, are we final answering? Ken,
Well,
what do you think?
I want
I
you.
know that John Leverett was the first of something.
Okay, so we go with John Leverett.
I will defer to my.
We're very
my team.
unconfident in that
Okay.
answer,
Yeah,
but
for
I think
sure.
that's what we're going to do.
I can tell. Unfortunately, it is not. Steal opportunity for Team Monty to tie it up.
Wild guess? John Hancock.
Is it John Hancock?
Wild guess is dead on. John Hancock.
Nice.
Now we're tied up.
Now we're tied up.
All right, 4-4. One last question. Oh, this is a juicy one.
Oh no.
This is Team Khalees.
Oh,
First
boy.
opportunity.
Okay.
What term in Massachusetts law, the legislature established it, is defined as a city or town with a population between 35,000 and 250,000, where medium household incomes and rates of residence with bachelor's degrees are below the state average. Oh, I see some nodding.
Sorry. Do you want to keep going? There's some more to it.
All too easy.
I think that might be a gateway city, if that's the
yeah,
designation
that's
that you're
right.
looking for.
Yeah.
Agree, and I knew that.
Ken's on board.
For sure, absolutely.
Seems like all three of you knew it was absolutely gateway cities. Nicely done.
Calling an audible right now. Chris Bigelow, your role as quizmaster is to see who puts their hand up first when the lieutenant governor asks her very own quiz question here, the 411 on the 413. You say who gets to answer first. It's by which hand goes up first.
Okay. Hands ready? Limbered up? Okay. Here's the question. Western Massachusetts has 2 sports halls of fame. What cities are they in and for what sports?
Definitely
Susan
firsthand was here.
Susan Fenton.
Springfield Basketball Hall of Fame and Holyoke Volleyball Hall of Fame.
Boom! Correctamundo.
And now
I
for
mean, too
extra
easy,
time.
right?
Gotta give me.
Well, thank you, Ken Washburn and Susan Fenton, for being our first contestants.
Good
And another
job.
round of applause for the Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll, for coming out here and supporting the 413 today and for supporting our 413 Day Trivia Show.
413 Day Special is made possible by PV Squared Solar and UMass 5 College Credit Union.
We welcome to the 411 on the 413, or as I'm calling it, Waitley, Daltonme, our very own Western Mass themed quiz show on 413 Day, April 13th, 413. Our musical guest is a Great Falls, Peskyumskit, Turner's Falls singer-songwriter, Matthew Thornton, who makes noises with cellos, guitars, and his face, as he describes. His songs have been described as good and cool by people he knows. I think his blend of cello and voice and loops is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's pretty spectacular. You're going to see.
Please welcome to the fabulous 413, this 413 Day, the 413's own Matthew Thornton.
Thanks for having me, guys. Here's a song that I was lucky to co-write with the legendary John Carroll, who lives in East Hampton. He's a great singer-songwriter and piano player. The frigid earth, the naked trees, shadows twist and dance in my peripheries. The minute hand drips along until you swan back in as if there's nothing wrong. I'll swallow every crumb you throw, lie to everyone I know, yet I wonder, where do you go? We all need warmth, I'll give you some, but something's telling me I'm not the only one. I feel for you relentlessly, but I'm the Orpheus to your Eurydice. I'm looking to your eyes to show, afraid of what I think I know. I wish you'd tell me, where do you go? Couldn't know when we were new, the worry and anxiety you'd put me through, this restless doubt I'm wrestling. How many other hearts are in there nestling? I hate to harsh your afterglow, that's nice indignant laughter though. Now why not tell me, where do you go? So look at me and lay me low, while I'm prepared to take the blow. You've got to tell me, where do you go? Thank you.
Matthew Thornton performing live for 413 Day and the fabulous 413 here at the WGBY NEPM Studios. Before we get Chris Bigelow back up here for more quiz, we have one more special quiz question for our first special guest. Can we have the Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll, come back up here for one quick second? We're sandbagging you right now. With
I know what this is.
a quiz question that is just for you.
Moments from a clean getaway.
We have a special quiz master who has submitted one special question just for you, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll.
I'm Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey. Happy 413 Day. I may be the first woman elected as governor in Massachusetts, but I'm not the first female governor of Massachusetts. That distinction belongs to Jane Swift. As Lieutenant Governor, Jane Swift became acting governor of Massachusetts in 2001 when then Governor Paul Cellucci was appointed U.S. Ambassador to Canada by President George W. Bush. Former Governor Jane Swift has strong 413 ties, having spent her early years growing up in which Western Mass city?
Dun, dun, dun. I not only know the city, we've visited her farm. She's in North Adams. Yeah,
No
absolutely.
hesitation from the Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much for participating again and being such a good sport.
everyone.
And thank the other half of your office, Governor Maura Healey, as
Will
well.
do. Will
Good luck
do.
on the campaign trail. We'll talk to you again soon about that.
Thank you, sir.
Another round of applause for the Lieutenant Governor.
One more time, we're going to bring up our quizmaster, Chris Bigelow of Cloud9 Productions, and the longest-running trivia in Western Mass.
We believe.
We believe.
And let's welcome our next two contestants for Phase 2 of 413 Day. You may know her as another wine snob that appears on our show. Please welcome from Tip Top Wine Shop in East Hampton, Lauren Clark.
Yeah. We promise we didn't seed this whole thing with wine people.
And people connected to law firms as well. But that is what the makeup is of this quiz today.
I mean,
Our next contestant is Laura Cardillo. Are you ready to play the 411 on the 413 this 413 Day? Laura, you're connected with Pullman and Comley?
I am. I'm a partner there, yes.
Excellent. Thanks for underwriting. We need to shamelessly disclose that because this is a public radio station.
This is
but we
true.
do appreciate it.
You're welcome. And my son's school underwrites here as well, Academy Hill at Springfield.
Excellent.
double underwriting.
Chris Bigelow.
Okay, so we're just going to go in the same order. Team Monty first, opportunities to steal. This one might be a contingent upon you hanging out in the proper places, so we'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We're pretty cool, Lauren. We probably hang out in the proper places.
Yeah, all the time.
All right, so due to the successful introduction of 6 Michigan native squirrels by a local businessman to his namesake park in 1948 or 49, what city has since become Western Mass's epicenter for black squirrels?
Whoa. I bet you our next special guest knows this one. Have you seen any black squirrels around here?
Never.
I also don't think I have.
Ooh, well, I can tell you it is a city, and that'll narrow it down so you can at least lob a guess.
Are we guessing the park or the city?
Just the city.
People are shouting out from the audience, which feels like cheating, so I'm not going to say it. Another guess?
I got nothing.
Somebody said Stanley's. I'm going to say Stanley.
In...
Springfield?
Oh,
Where?
opportunity to steal.
Oh.
That would be in Westfield.
Westfield, the correct answer, and yes, it is Stanley Park.
Ah, dang it! They've taken the lead again.
Yes.
Although
the
I
back
will
of
say
me
that
being
the
a
only
little-
place I've seen black squirrels is in my backyard in Springfield.
Well, they have since spread out, but the epicenter is just those
Fair.
squirrels.
Yeah.
Fair
and
enough.
I never see them in Turner's. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Question
so
2.
This is your 2-point option. What 2 state forests or reservations in Western Mass account for Massachusetts' largest extent of pre-colonial old-growth forest?
Do you have a guess?
DAR?
DAR could be. It could be Wendell State Forest. Do you want to guess those two?
Yes.
We guess Wendell State Forest and the Daughters of the American Revolution.
I'm afraid neither is correct.
All right.
Wow.
Well then.
We really blew that, Lauren.
So a 2-point steal opportunity. Not an easy question, though.
Maybe they should only get one because we just eliminated 2 parks. Just made it easier for them by 2.
Oh, you were the ones who decided that stealing was going to be...
You're right.
Okay.
Hoist with our own petard, as they say.
Holly and Greylock, or Mount Greylock to be exact.
Mount Greylock is one of them,
Okay.
so that's a point. But the biggest extent is, in fact, Mohawk Trail State Forest.
Oh, that tracks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's close to Holly State Forest.
I don't doubt it.
right. We get one more?
So yeah, last one for Team Monty.
We got this, Lauren Clark.
Two potential answers here. I'd like you to name one of the two most notable members of the Northampton Association of Education and Industry, a utopian collective active from 1842 to 1846, but with a lasting legacy.
One of the members?
One of the two most notable members.
I think we get both of them, but do you have an idea?
Jonathan Edwards?
I don't think so. I think it might be David Ruggles. I'm going to go with David Ruggles.
Yes, David Ruggles is one.
And Sojourner Truth?
Yeah, that's the other.
We get 2 points. Come on, I get 2 points.
Good job.
We're going to do this, Lauren. We're gonna come back.
They're about to have an anniversary.
All right, so that moves us over to Team Khalees, who is leading by 1 presently.
And is accompanied by Laura Cardillo.
So this is your 2-point option, and I wish I had Emily Brewster in the room to defer to, because this is local.
She's sick, or she would be here.
Local dialects, but I tried to narrow this down. What 2 terms, one a 2-word term and one a 3-word term, both with origins and types of commerce, are the most likely to out someone as a speaker of Western New England English, a subdialect centered on Western Mass, just a little bit of Southern Vermont, Northern Connecticut, and a tiny bit of Hudson Valley. So 2 sort of shibboleths for that. One a 2-word term, one a 3-word term, both related to commerce.
I am from Roxbury.
Yeah.
Commerce related.
I will say that these are terms, not pronunciations. Terms that are only used here.
I think I got one.
2-word term and 3-word term?
Mm-hmm.
We got one of those, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Tag sale?
Absolutely.
That was the one I had.
But the other one, you're going to say it.
I think it's maybe a little more old-timey than tag sale, which has persisted. Do you have a guess on the 3-word?
Do you have a guess, Lauren Clark?
I so wish I did.
Have you finished guessing?
We have nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it roundabout?
That's one
Kind
word.
of one word, but it's 3 words.
Yeah,
in one.
no. It's a ding-dong cart for an ice cream truck.
Oh, ding dong card. All right.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
What's the score, Chris?
It is 8-6, Team Khalees leading still.
Oh, God.
Again, rather. In 1787, participants in Shays' Rebellion attempted to, and failed, to take what by force?
Oh, come on.
Springfield Armory.
That is correct.
And now he's got a highway.
And
Is it Springfield Armory?
Yes. All right, so here's your hardest one, I think, of this particular segment. So good luck. The largest collection of pinball machines in the entire state is located right here in Western Massachusetts, with 67 machines available publicly 2 nights a week. It is located in what city, with a population of about 12,500, which makes it the least populous city in the state?
My instinct is North Adams.
I love North Adams. It is not North Adams.
Chance to steal.
Pittsfield.
It is not Pittsfield.
Pittsfield is 40,000.
It's actually in Palmer.
Palmer's a city?
Palmer's a city?
Yeah, they still style themselves the town of Palmer, but they shifted to a city form of government.
When did they get a
Do they
mayor?
have a mayor?
They do not have a mayor. It's I forget. I wish I
Town
knew the term.
manager?
Yeah, town manager.
Weird.
Council.
No, fake
Yep.
mayor.
Way to fake us out, Palmer.
Okay, so we're heading out of this section. That was
All
all
right.
6 questions. 9-6.
Oh, Khalees team wins. Okay, we've got Lauren
we're at the half.
and Laura.
Who knows
We'll
who
be-
wins?
We'll be back at the second half of this segment of quizzing. Our second guest is no stranger to any of the birders who might be listening. David Sibley is an American ornithologist and illustrator. His book, The Sibley Guide to Birds, is one of the most comprehensive guides for North American ornithological field identification. 12 volumes, 2 mobile apps, several prints and calendars later, he remains one of the foremost authorities on birds in the continent.
He knows every North American bird by its shade, by its tilt, by its habitat, by its male, female, and juvenile plumages. It's only natural he's the son of a Yale ornithologist and has been birding since his childhood in Connecticut. David Sibley was only 7 when he began drawing birds, filing his illustrations away, along with clips about the natural history of each species. And he's grown up to create the fastest-selling bird book in history. They call him the Beetle of birding.
Appropriate music from Matthew Thornton as well. Please welcome to the fabulous 413, this 413 Dave, the 413's own David Sibley.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Come have a seat. We don't want to knock over the Lieutenant Governor's proclamation. Did you bring a proclamation, David Sibley?
I did not bring a proclamation, and I don't think I've ever used the word whereas in my life.
Well, maybe for the next book.
Right now is the perfect time to start.
The downy woodpecker is small, whereas the hairy woodpecker is large.
There we go. Perfect.
Birding is one of the most popular pastimes, if not the most popular pastime in the United States. And anytime we mentioned to anybody David Sibley was coming, it blew their mind. And also, they were like, and he lives in Western Massachusetts?
And we're like, yes.
Yes.
Loving all birds and having seen a lot of the birds in the area, in New England especially, because you used to live in Concord, like what are some of the birds that you've seen move into the area now that climate change is extra real?
Yeah, totally. And I was watching birds in Connecticut as a kid in the 70s. I remember going to someone's house in the early 1970s to see a red-bellied woodpecker, which was like the 6th time ever that one had been seen in Connecticut. And the birders in the audience and listening will know that red-bellied woodpecker is now one of the most common birds all across Connecticut and Massachusetts and the southern half of Maine. In 50 years, they have just colonized this whole area of southern New England. And we're seeing now black vultures are arriving, becoming more common. Carolina wrens have moved north. Around 1900, cardinals were not found here. They are a new arrival. Wow. And so birds have been showing us signal of southern species moving north for more than 100 years.
Wow.
Does that make you nervous as somebody who's been watching this for so long and who had a dad who was watching this?
As a birder, change is constant. Birds are constantly moving, shifting, ranges are changing, populations are changing, and the birds are incredibly resilient. So they're taking advantage of a new environment, new opportunities. A lot of what they're responding to probably isn't so much climate change as habitat, like houses and suburbs create microclimates that are warmer. There are bird feeders, there are exotic plantings that provide fruit all winter long. So birds like mockingbirds and cardinals can move into these neighborhoods because of that, not just because the winters are milder. Everything is changing all the time, and the birds are just taking advantage of new opportunities. So you can look at it as a troubling worry about where it's going, but I think from a bird's perspective, it's just change, new opportunities. They have been always dealing with change. They're incredibly adaptable and quick to adapt. So birds are going to be fine.
We're speaking with David Sibley, 413 resident here on this 413 day. He's one of the most acclaimed ornithologists of all time and currently in the United States. I heard you do an interview about why water rolls off of a duck's back. And I had always thought it was because ducks must have some fancy oil on them that a specific type of soap will get off them if they're in an oil spill.
Yeah, Dawn.
Dawn, which is a very famous public radio story, by the way, with Ira Glass. Yeah. Look into that one. But that is not why water rolls off a duck's back. Can you explain why water actually rolls off a duck's back?
Yeah, and that's what I thought for years.
So
for
I'm glad
decades.
I'm in good company.
I thought it was oil. That's what I always heard, that birds, they have an oil gland back near their tail. They reach back there, get some oil on their bill. They rub it all over their feathers, and that's what makes their feathers waterproof. But when I was working on my most recent book, What It's Like to Be a Bird, I was answering all these questions. I've never been a bird, so I don't
that we know of.
I learned that it's actually the structure of the feather that makes them waterproof. It's the spacing of the barbs on a bird's feather work like Gore-Tex. The space is too small for water to go through as a liquid. The surface tension of the water keeps it in a drop, and it can't go through the tiny spaces between the barbs of the feather. So
that's nuts.
The oil helps it to roll off, but it's the structure of the feather, like Gore-Tex. So a duck is really they have down, of course.
Yeah.
Eider down is the most efficient insulation that's known, natural or synthetic. So they have a layer of down and then a layer of Gore-Tex.
That's so cool.
They should have called it Duck-Tex.
Oh, no. In addition to being a renowned ornithologist, you're also a renowned illustrator. You illustrate most of your books, if not all of your books. Mm-hmm. What's changed about your art style in the way that you approach illustrating your books of birds now, as opposed to when you started at 7?
Yeah, well, I'm a little more serious now than when
That's fair.
Than at 7.
I gave you way too much time to consider.
For me, illustration has always been about understanding the subject and conveying information. It's true scientific illustration. I don't think of it as art. I know a Joan Didion quote that she said, "I write primarily to figure out what I'm thinking." And I draw to understand what I'm looking at. It's a way of experimenting, kind of to say, oh, does it look like this? No, it's not quite like that. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's better. And I understand the subject by drawing it, and that hasn't changed in 50 years. So,
one of the things that you've just illustrated is something that, if they already don't have all of your books, which most birders already do, is much more affordable. You have designed a U.S. postage stamp that will be available about a month from now. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Tell us about your U.S. postage stamp, David Sibley.
Yeah, it's funny. I got an email from a USPS art director saying, hey, we'd like you to design a postage stamp of bald eagles, and we want to do a series showing the life stages. And I said, that sounds very cool. So the stamps are going on sale May 14th. They really wanted to be educational, to show a series of 5 stages of bald eagle from nestling to adult, to emphasize the life cycle. So it's to celebrate the bicentennial, the national bird, but it's not bald eagles and flags and things like that. It's really looking at the bird.
And we appreciate that.
Yes. If you could choose a national bird, would it be the bald eagle?
Oh, I'm sure it wouldn't. But I've never thought about that.
Well, we're gonna have you on again, I hope, soon. I actually want to go birding with you with our portable recorder and go explore with you, which would be fun. But I have to ask you one more dumb question about birds before we get back to the quiz. When birds are flying like across the ocean and there's nowhere to land, they sleep while they're flying.
Yeah.
How the heck do they do that? I can't even sleep when I'm flying in a plane.
Yeah, they can sleep half of their brain
What?
at a time.
So do they only flap with one wing?
No, you just let your instincts
If your
do the
right
rest
part
of
of
it.
your
You're not
brain is
actively-
tired, your left wing doesn't flap.
Not
And they fly
actively
in a
thinking for
circle.
interaction.
No, they really sleep half their brain.
They can, and there was a study that actually put monitors on birds, these big seabirds called frigate birds in the Indian Ocean. They're big enough to carry a monitor that actually tracks their brain activity while they're flying. And some of them actually went fully asleep for several minutes while they're flying over the ocean. They got up quite high.
And do they start to crash when they go fully asleep, or they can go full asleep and keep flying?
Full asleep and just gliding.
Did they find out what woke them up?
I had a dream I was flying and then falling.
Yeah. They wake up 3 hours later. Oh my gosh, how did I sleep so long?
Where am I?
There's some other studies have found that birds take a lot of micro naps. Like
Like Kramer from Seinfeld.
they're active 24 hours a day, but they take like 10,000 3-second naps during the day.
What? I'm going to try this myself.
I've done this in the studio.
I've witnessed it. Well, let's give another round of applause for 413 resident, our neighbor, exploring all the birds, David Sibley. And let's call up our contestants and our quiz master again for the second round of trivia here, where David Sibley will act as a go-to for the second round for each team.
So when told I would be writing bird-related trivia, and David Sibley's going to be there. Oh yeah, that's how I felt. Uh-oh.
Birders aren't picky though.
No.
Certain birds are. Isn't that how they get the worms?
So I don't know if this is like T-ball for David, or ultimately if you want to just add context or tell me I'm wrong about things, that's also fine.
Everybody learns here.
Yeah.
Great. All right, first question goes to Team Monty.
Okay.
What alluring name is given to the westernmost Hadley neighborhood, which exists on a narrow bend of the Connecticut River and which is a local bird-watching hotspot?
It's a neighborhood of Hadley.
It has neighborhoods. An alluring name.
Do you know this one, David Sibley?
I think
Ask
do.
David Sibley.
I think we should ask David.
David Sibley, what's the answer to this one?
The honey pot.
Darn right, it is the honeypot.
We're back, baby! Yes! Always carry a ringer.
I mean,
Or aren't some ducks called ringers or something like that?
So interestingly, the origin is not so sweet. It was actually given the name the honeypot. Supposedly, it was a sarcastic name given to the neighborhood because of all the pig farms on the peninsula.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So your second question, Team Monty. Once commonly seen in Massachusetts before returning to its home range in Indiana, what bird featured prominent green and white markings and a yellowish tuft on its head?
We already said David Sibley can name like every bird by all of its color. Do you have a guess though before we go to David Sibley, Lauren Clark?
Tree sparrow.
No, don't say that's
no,
your
I don't.
guess.
I-
That's
you
your
can-
guess. That's not your guess. Don't throw it away.
You can
That's
say
what-
things.
You can say it, but don't put it as your final answer.
I don't think it's a real bird.
What?
Not a
Birds aren't real? I've
species.
seen the stickers that say this.
I think Mr. Sibley has just given you the biggest gift on this question.
It's not a real bird?
Once commonly seen in Massachusetts before returning to its home range in Indiana, what bird featured prominent...
I know what you're saying. Now I know. Lauren Clark, do you know what it is? Larry Bird, old number 33. I was like a decoy, a wooden duck. Yes, good. We totally pulled out of that one. Out of that tailspin.
I can't take credit. That was NEPM's own John Sutton's question.
Well done,
actually.
John Sutton.
That's good.
Throw a
Hi.
curveball to David Sibley.
All right, going over to Team... Oh, Khalees.
oh no.
All right, so this, again, David Sibley, this is the one where you can super overrule me
Okay.
if my answer is wrong.
Okay.
It's hard to find bird statistics. It's easy to find bird facts. Some of the largest and noisiest bird flocks that you'll see in Western Mass will involve the invasive European starling. My question to you is, what non-invasive species of bird tends to join these flocks in the largest numbers, sometimes outnumbering the starlings, making truly huge multi-species flocks?
Does the question sound true, David Sibley? Like you know an answer to this that you believe is true?
I have a guess.
Well, let's see what Laura Cardillo and Khalees have to say.
I say that David's guess is better than ours.
We should convene about our guesses and see how wrong we are together.
Grackle.
Grackle's what I've got. Nicely done.
All right.
I also would have accepted red-winged blackbirds, though they join in smaller numbers, they will commingle. And this is all like a prevalence of anecdotal evidence as opposed to people counting birds, so that's what I was worried about.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that is all correct.
so much better about that now. Last one for you guys. What species of crane has, in just the last 20 years, successfully recolonized Western Massachusetts after being pushed out of the state in early colonial times? Only crane currently found in Massachusetts.
Crane Paper Company. Also in Dalton, right?
Yeah.
I know all sorts of random trivia that doesn't get us any points.
That's fair.
That would follow
It can't
along
be
with the Larry
Ichabod,
Bird.
that's New York.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had cranes. I'm going to be the worst
Yeah.
at this.
They have just moved in the last 20 years or so.
Huh.
When I was a kid in Connecticut, cranes were never, not even on the radar. But now there's quite a few pairs nesting in Western Massachusetts.
That's awesome.
There's a pair in Ashfield that's seen regularly on a roadside there in a sheep pasture.
Good to know.
We're all coming to your house.
Sorry, sheep farmers, we're here for the birds. I do not know what species of crane this is.
I am at a loss.
Yeah.
Defer to Sibley.
That would be sandhill crane.
That would be Sandhill crane.
We know somebody who knows what they're doing.
David Sibley has 4 points, and we don't really have.
He got all our points, too.
Yeah, no, David Sibley has 4 points this round.
Well, here we go, because David Sibley is also, that's the second question for them, right? David Sibley has also created questions. We're going to do this the same way we did the last one. Hand up first gets it correct.
Okay. All right. Which of these birds would you not expect to see in Western Massachusetts? A sapsucker, a warbler, a harrier, a babbler, a flicker, or a creeper?
That's a lot of multiple choices.
That's
Say them again, please.
sapsucker, warbler, harrier, babbler, flicker, or creeper.
I know a couple creepers in Western Massachusetts. so
I
it's
know
not that
several
hard.
of them, but we just stay away.
Yeah. You can say A, B, C, D, or E. to make it easier if you want.
We need to see a hand.
I think it was Team Khalees up first.
Okay, Laura.
I'm going to go with the creeper.
That is not correct.
Okay, your chance to steal, Lauren Clark.
You have 8 choices.
There are
There's only 7 left.
One of them was Babbler.
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 Babbler is correct.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
Nicely done!
I believe you have one more question, right?
There are babblers in Asia, but not in Massachusetts. I have another question. Although the bald eagle eventually became the U.S. national bird, what species was put forward as a better candidate by Ben Franklin, who said...
I know this one too. But they have to have our people put their hands up.
Yep.
Put your hand up.
Oh, that was Team Monty up first.
Okay.
With a nudge. Do it! Is it the turkey?
It is.
Yes!
Yes.
Well, thank you so much to our 2 contestants, Laura Cardillo and Lauren Clark.
Thank you so much for playing with us.
Chris Bigelow, what's the score right now?
It is as close as it can be without being tied. Team Khalees has 11 points. Team Monty has 10.
I'm doing way better than I thought.
I am also doing better than I thought I would be at this point.
Thank you for making all this possible. Let's
Thanks
thank
again.
our honored guest, David Sibley, once again.
What an incredible resource to have in our backyard. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
And let's hear another song from Matthew Thornton.
Life's to save and fears to brave in plastic bricks. On the run, armed with a gun made out of sticks. A rainy afternoon, a thundering typhoon, all the same when you're 6. I wanna feel that feeling again. A dream of driving through the night, feeling free. The soaring high Baba O'Reilly, time code .33. The breathless tightrope wire of people I desire to be friends with me. I wanna feel that feeling again. Was it ever even real? Sometimes I think I feel I can catch a glimpse. But I wanna feel that feeling again. I
A round of applause for Matthew Thornton. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, this is for all the marbles. This is the final trivia round. It's just Khalees and just me. Whomever goes away with the most points is going to win this. Chris Bigelow from Cloud9 with us once again.
All right, so we've conceived this as a sort of lightning round. So for this question, we're going to take the 4 Hamptons, Northampton, Southampton, East Hampton, West Hampton, combine them into one mega Hampton.
Northampton.
Okay.
Greater Hampton.
Greater Hampton.
Okay, so now that we've created Greater Hampton, and first guess goes to Monty, who's behind.
Okay.
What 8 cities or towns would border on Greater Hampton if it existed?
Hatfield.
All right, so go to Khalees.
Holyoke.
Yep, Monty.
East Hampton.
In
is
the
it Greater
Greater
Hampton?
Hampton.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We'll give him grace on that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Chesterfield.
Ooh, yeah.
Westfield.
Yep.
You're going all the directions that I'm going.
By my count, we got 4 left.
Hadley.
Oh, yeah.
That one's too easy. I almost forgot about it.
Williamsburg/Haydenville.
Williamsburg, yes. It is down to the doozies at this point.
Yeah.
But I would have considered Chesterfield one.
I'm going to just throw it and say South Deerfield.
It is not. Khalees?
I'm trying to remember which one we go through first when I go around on 66. Huntington.
Ooh, Huntington is good.
Oh, nailed it.
Do you want to stop there, or do
Yes.
you? Okay. All right.
We're
So
doing a show after all. We're not really,
Yeah.
This isn't the SATs.
We're missing 2, right?
you're only missing one. I'll
We're
give
only
it to
missing
you.
one.
It is Montgomery.
Oh!
Montgomery.
No state highway, I believe, passes through it. It's an easy one.
No,
I would
it's
never have
just,
gotten it as
but
long
it
as we
is
guessed.
also the back way to the Berkshires.
That's true.
Alrighty. Monty, this one's for you.
Because I'm still losing.
No, just because you were next. What unincorporated village and wildlife management area supposedly got its name when a local resident observed it burning after leaving a fire and brimstone church sermon?
Is it Burnt Hill?
It is not Burned Hill.
Brimfield?
No.
Okay.
I like it.
Does anybody in
that's
the
fair.
audience know that one? Ken Washburn.
Oh,
Satan's
that's right!
Kingdom. Oh, we should have known. I was thinking about fire, not hellfire.
That's beautiful.
Very well done.
I love looking at that on Google Maps.
Okay, so this one to Khalees. What is
no.
Western Mass's tallest waterfall?
Oh, no.
You might be in trouble.
No. I'm definitely in trouble. Monty, you got this one?
Is it Bish Bash?
Bash
Bash
Bish,
Bish,
but
sorry.
I always want to say it that way too myself. All right, point for Monty.
It should be Bish Bash according to the word nerd.
True. We've had
Splish Splash,
one
Bish
trade
Bash.
each.
That's the way we say things.
All right,
The royal order of
so
adjectives, etc.
these are 2 related ones. The first one for Monty, second for Khalees. Monty, what is the name given to UMass's School of Agriculture?
The Stockbridge School.
That is correct. Khalees, what name is given to its School of Management?
Eisenberg.
Okay, last 2 questions. This one first to Monty. What city or town in the Pioneer Valley has the lowest rate of firearm ownership in Western Massachusetts? And yes, that's legal because that's the only ones we know about.
Per capita?
Yes.
Amherst.
Whew, nailed it.
Nicely done.
The only lower in the state are Brookline and Cambridge.
Oh, I would have said Northampton second.
So when you put universities in places,
That's about it. All right, so Khalees gets a doozy to try and break the tie and not end up in
we're
a
tied.
tiebreaker. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And this is a rough one.
I hate this.
It's spooky. What partially unpaved road with an unusual name leading into Connecticut had numerous spooky legends assigned to it? A version of the Hook Man on the car door. There's a hatchet lady. There's a spectral ghost child. And it really sounds like it could be a great name for a fictional band fronted by Australia's biggest film star of the 80s. Boy, was that a journey, huh?
That was a
Wow.
whole thing.
I bet our director, Tony Dunn, knows this one.
It's Gibson something.
So maybe Mel Gibson was a bigger Australian star.
Oh, okay, wow.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a Dundee. I don't think I'm going to get this one. I think we're going to end in a tie. No, wait, no. Monty's going to steal this one.
No, I'm not. I don't know it.
Yeah, no, I give up.
Okay, so forcing the tie, it is Rockadundee Road.
Rockadundee Road. Well, we end in a tie. It seems only
That's
appropriate.
fitting.
Let's end it there. Everybody's a winner in Western Massachusetts. We all get a trophy. A huge thank you to our quizmaster, Chris Bigelow. To our producer, John Sutton. To our director, who would have known the answer to that, Tony Dunn.
To our engineers, Mark Rankin and Chris Schwantner, and our stage lighting done by Mark Reinhardt, marketing, Vanessa Cirilla, Erin O'Neill, and Katie Wright. Thank you so much.
Video and social media by Ayu Suryawan, Liam Riley, and Tucker Paquette. Special thanks to Lynn Page, Jerry Norton, Walter Clune, Tracy Trial, Ismati Santiago Lugo, Kristen Ellico, and everyone from the Lieutenant Governor's office.
Grace Craze in West Springfield for the delicious things.
David Sibley, and our musical guest, Matthew Thornton, and to all of you who've come here to 44 Hampton Street in Springfield, the home of NEPM, into Studio A here for this live production of 413 Day. Thank you all so much for coming. Happy 413 Day.